Happy Sunday, everyone. One thing is for certain, on Sunday, we're gonna do a big breakfast, or we might decide to do an all day long brunch festivity. We have sausage gravy, we have breakfast potatoes, cinnamon sugar cream cheese spread, cinnamon sugar bagels, rye bread, cheddar, onion loaf, sunflower oatmeal. We have some bacon. The eggs are on, and some hollandaise sauce, which you already saw. So I hope you're all having a wonderful Sunday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Update on the cabinet of shame. We are in week 4 now. Yeah, week 4 now of the Pantry challenge, and it still looks pretty dense in here. So I still have quite a bit of work to do on here, but I am down here to get some garlic and some of this lemon pesto that I love. We're going to put this on our chicken. I take that back. I am getting the garlic and I am getting the lemon pesto, but it is time to crack open some of the stuff in here. So I'm going to try this Johnny's black garlic vinaigrette dressing. I am also pulling, I don't even have anywhere to push that in there. I am also pulling this artichoke salad with peppers and olives. I like red pepper strips, and I like olives, and I like artichoke. So we're going to add that to our salad. And let's see if I can find one other thing. I don't want to open any more olives. Well, I'm going to say that's going to be it for this round down here. But I am going to dig into this more this week. It's my goal. A little bit of chicken pulled from the freezer. We're going to make some instant, essentially, chicken noodle soup. All right, so we have our chicken kind of chopped up a little bit, and the bottom of the pan is starting to brown. I know you can't see because of the steam, but to this we are going to add our homemade chicken broth. And instantly it calmed down. So I'm just scraping some of the browning off the bottom because we don't want to lose any of that flavor. Also going to put in here our Italian diced tomatoes. Right in they go. And our Trinity soup starter. And essentially, once this is in and it bubbles away for a little bit, you have instant chicken soup. Ready to get rid of all of those cold germs. I mean, look at that. Beautiful. Right away. I am, though, going to hit this with a dash of our hot sauce to give it a little zing. We really do like a little zing in most of our stuff, whether it be lemon juice or a touch of acid from hot sauce. So I'm going to let this bubble for a little while, and then I'm going to figure out what else I would like to put in here, but this needs to all come together. So I'll bring it back. Okay, this took us next to no time to put together. You saw me dump everything in, boiled it for a little bit with the orzo right in there, and we have some chicken and orzo to have with our chicken and salad and the rolls that Angelina is making. Big shocker here, we're doing that lemon pesto delicious seasoning, and I will probably share this recipe every time I make it because it's really that good. We're going to put in a little bit of garlic, and I do slightly different variations of this every time, so this isn't, you know, an exact. Sometimes I use my own pesto, sometimes I use store-bought. This here is a lemon pesto. I'm going to put some of that in. We have some garlic herb blend. That is mine. And that goes. And of course, some lemon pepper. right in. And then we have, I'm starting to run low on lemon juice, so I am going to substitute some lime in here. And right in. We're gonna mix this up and just slather this all over our chicken breast. Let it sit to marinate, and then I will be making the chicken under the broiler tonight. All right, so Lena made these delicious rolls. These are the Claire Saffit's pull apart sour cream and onion rolls. I will try and link the recipe below, but they look delicious and they smell so good. I can't wait to have one. There you go, Dougie. And this is what my audience is every night. They're very judgmental about what I make. They know that I have chicken scraps for them in the air fryer right now, and they are impatiently waiting. Here comes old man Hunter Boy to check it out. Hey, Hunter. Hey, you. And that's River next to him. Oh, don't we start. There's my baby boy Mookers. Mookers, get down. Get down. And Dakota. They all think they're being called out here for treats. Mookers. Mookie is the carb hunter. When he was a puppy, he climbed on top of our kitchen table and ate a whole loaf of bread. Bad. Just bad. This is how easy it is to make chicken under the broiler. You put it on a regular oven pan, you put it under the broiler, and you let it do its thing. Once I see that this side is getting nice and browned, I will flip it over and do the other side. We have some of our herby, lemony, delicious chicken out of the oven from under the broiler. I was able to chop up all of the other vegetables and get everything else prepped while this was cooking. I think it's become pretty evident that most of our meals around here are kind of a teamwork thing, with Angelina making the rolls or biscuits for tonight, which obviously there's some missing already. Don't know how that happened. They're really good. And again, our chicken orzo soup from the Pantry. And of course, we have a little salad bar action going on over here. We have a romaine and our kale from last week, trying this new black garlic vinaigrette dressing, some cheeses out of the fridge, my pickled red beet eggs that are always a hit. We also have the herby chicken, some cut up onion. We have our master jar of pickled various veggies out of the fridge, some cowboy candy, olives, some banana peppers, some croutons, that artichoke salad that I am trying, as well as some cut up cucumbers. And then we have some various other dressings. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's dinner. We are all about to chow down. Have a good night, everyone. Just that fast, the tornado came through, and this is just the first round of everyone chowing down. Hi guys, so it is Tuesday and it is later than normal. Wow, it's already 7 o'clock. And I don't have dinner ready yet. I haven't even, well, I have water boiling, but that's about it. And I really don't even feel like cooking tonight. I mean, we all have those days. So whenever that happens, usually my go-to is some kind of pasta. So I'm going to see what I can whip up with everything that I have here. I have some garlic, some pesto. I have the cheese left over from last night's salad. I have some, of course, radiator pasta, one of our favorite pasta shapes. I have some roasted red peppers. I have the herb chicken from last night. I also have some fresh greens from an onion that I have sprouting. So I'm growing fresh greens, I guess. And then I have some roasted marinated tomatoes. So let's see what we can do with. All right, in our pan we have a little bit of bacon grease and some garlic infused oil. We're going to put our onions, let those saute and sweat down a little bit. We're getting a little brown there, so we are putting in our red peppers and our tomato that I chopped up. Leave out a little bit of garlic. We need some garlic in there. When I say some, I mean a lot. Now, there is no recipe to this. This is absolutely just something I'm throwing together from flavors that I know my family would like and that I like. Need some salt. Our pasta is just about cooked. And I'm going to let this cook down for a little bit more. Also need to put some of the pesto in. I have a nice hearty spoonful of the pesto. There's no denying how good this looks, even for not wanting or not feeling like cooking tonight. We are expecting a snowstorm here tomorrow, and I think it's like a running joke, really Pennsylvania. Anytime there's a storm coming, everyone runs to the store. They get their milk, their eggs, and their bread. And I've always joked my whole life, everyone's making French toast every time we have a snowstorm. But I kind of had the urge today to go to the store to buy those things, even though I didn't. It's funny how some things are just like bred into us. So my daughters bought me this really cool stone mortar and pestle. So in here, I just have a little bit of Italian seasoning. This is the first time I'm actually using it, so I am excited to have this. I see some really good new recipes in our future with this, but in it goes. And I absolutely adore that my children enjoy my cooking enough that they get me such things. Really good. And we love these little radiator pasta. I don't know if you've ever had it before, but it's hard to focus here. It really just holds sauce really nicely, and you get that saucy bite in every bite. That's what we're using. So I'm going to take this right from there into, this is one of my favorite little kitchen gadgets. It's like a scoop and strain, I think it might be called. It's from Pampered Chef. Oh, but before I do that, I need to put a little bit of cream in. I have officially hit the last container of the heavy whipping cream that I found in the refrigerator. Doesn't that look just so good? All of the flavors in here coming together. And before I put that pasta in, I'm just going to put this little bit of cheese. Now, normally, cheddar cheese is not something that I would necessarily put with this. This is, more of a mozzarella Parmesan, but we are using what we have. And I did just pull out some mozzarella from the freezer to defrost, but it is just defrosting. So let's get our pasta in. All I will have to do then is chop up some chicken, mix that in, and in 15 minutes, pretty much, we have dinner on the table. I think one of the biggest keys to making a good pasta with any kind of sauce is that you make sure that you get some of your pasta sauce, some of your pasta water in your sauce to really help with the starch. It just brings the whole dish together. Never rinse your pasta either if you're making a hot pasta like this that you want your sauce to stick to. Okay, so chicken is mixed in. I didn't clue you in for that one, sorry. But I do still have a little bit of our parm left, so I'm just going to finish this off with a little bit of parm. A little bit of always good basil. So again, not a recipe, just something thrown together. I started this at 7:01, and even with moving you all around with me, adjusting my angles a little bit and taking a little bit longer to do my actual cooking because of that, it took me, 20 minutes? I'm also going to do a quick little drizzle of my favorite lemon infused oil, just lightly. And then I'm going to get someone out here to do a taste test for you all. So again, 20 minutes and pretty much done. I recruited Zachary to do a quick taste test, but he just got home from work, so he is not camera ready in his terms. We'll see how he likes it.
What is it?
It is trash pasta. It's whatever I threw together. There's some pesto, there's Italian seasoning, garlic, a little bit of red peppers.
Really good.
What would you say, 1 to 10?
9.
9? I'll.
Does it have those roasted potatoes?
It has roasted tomatoes, yeah. Yeah, the ones from Costco that I haven't been quite able to figure out what to do with them. There they are. All right, well, there you have it. He said it's good, so now I got to get everyone served and fed. We'll see you next time.
Hi guys, welcome back to Coal Country Homestead. I am baking with Bella, and today I'm going to be making peanut butter blossoms from, my recipe is from Better Homes Cookbook, and you guys requested more baking videos of me, so here it is. Thank you. Shout out to Grandma and Grandpa, they're going to be watching this. And here we go. Thank you everyone for the kind comments that you wanted to see more baking videos of me. And my tip for you is that if you have a paper recipe, put it in a Ziploc bag so you don't get ingredients on it. So first you're going to need sugar, flour, brown sugar, shortening, baking soda, peanut butter, baking powder, vanilla extract, 1 egg, milk, and Hershey Kisses. And today is a snow day, so I'm excited to make cookies because I haven't made cookies in a while, and I've never made peanut butter blossoms. So my mom will do her best to link the recipe below, and let's go. So I have a great tip for you if you don't want to waste like things that are sticky, like peanut butter or like Nutella or stuff like that. So you want to take some cooking spray. You want to spray the measuring cup or spoon. And then you spray it. And then you take the peanut butter. And then when you do that, you want to take your spoon and it slides right out. There's not much peanut butter left in there.
So what about that little bit of peanut butter that you have left there? What you gonna do with that? Go ahead.
So
Tell us what you really do.
So after I do that and there's still a little bit of peanut butter left, I eat it. The next step is once you have the first part of your recipe and it calls for a mixer, which is the peanut butter and the shortening, you are going to want to put it in your mixer. You're going to want it to put in your mixer, put it on, make sure it's plugged in, and then
what paddle are you going to use? Are you using your whisk or are you using the paddle? I would use the paddle.
Where is it? And I'm going to use the paddle. I can get it on.
Do you need help?
I got it. I think that's on right.
And you have to click your bowl into place.
And you have to put your bowl in place.
The back part of it.
The back part.
In place. See how it's turning? Push it down in the back. Yeah, there you go.
And then it says to put it onto medium speed and then high. So next you're going to want to put in your baking powder and baking soda. And then you're going to want to put in your brown sugar and your sugar. And then you're going to put it back in. So then you're going to put in your milk, your egg, and your vanilla. You always want to put more vanilla than it says to give it extra flavor. So then you're going to want to put in your flour.
Do you ever stick your hands in the mixer when it's on?
Never stick your hands in the mixer because that could cause an injury. And never scrape the sides of the mixer while it's on because it could break the mixer and it could cause another injury.
What's your favorite cookie to make?
My favorite cookie to make are sugar cookies.
Ice sugar cookies?
I love ice sugar cookies, and I always cut them out And I have a huge collection of cookie cutters. It smells so good. Let's see if you me. Make sure you read your recipes. So we're going to get your dough.
Hi guys. I'm cooking with Bella today. And who are you? I'm Lena. Hi Grandma and Grandpa.
Guys, don't worry. My mom's the cameraman, so I'm getting supervised. So yeah. Anyway. So now that my sister's gone, anyway, we're going to roll the balls, roll the dough into little balls, and then we're going to roll them in the sugar.
Roll the ball.
Then we're going to place them here. And a tip for you is that if you want your parchment paper, that's what it's called, parchment paper, to say, you have to crumble it up. The first time my mom did this, I was like, "What are you doing with my parchment paper?" She just crumbled it. So that's why it's crumbled like that. So you're going to repeat that process until it's like an inch or two apart, and you're going to repeat that process. And then you're going to preheat your oven, and then once it's preheated, you put them in. Okay, so I have my full sheet here, and so my oven is preheated, so I'm going to put them in for 10 to 12 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit. And you always want to make sure that everything is out of your oven. Now I'm setting my timer. So I hit this one, right?
Yeah.
10?
Yeah. That one's different than our old one. It just starts out.
Okay. So now that the cookies are done, we're going to get them out of the oven. You always want oven mitts because you do not want to get burned. So when they're directly out of the oven, you want to put your your Hershey Kisses on.
Push it in.
Push it in.
Yeah, perfect.
They smell delicious. Scrumdiddly yum yum.
So Bella has a question for everyone.
What new recipes would you like me to try and bake?
Let us know in the comments. Isabella's still learning.
The few things I know how to bake are sugar cookies and a forgot what it's called. Lemon curdle, right? Lemon curd cake.
You also did a coconut cream pie.
Oh yes, a coconut cream pie. That was good.
That's really good.
And the one recipe that I know how to bake, but it's not like cookies or pastries, it's actually the pasta on Luca from Disney.
So now we have to get it on the cooler, right?
Yes, so you're going to need a spatula. You're going to take them and put them on. Okay,
Who's your guest star there, Bella?
so the guest star is Zach.
Also known as the Cookie Monster.
Yes. Anyway, pick a cookie, any cookie. Okay.
Hot.
Sort of warm.
Let's see that cookie, Zachary. It's
Gooey.
gooey, rose. It's not hard. It looks so good.
Perfect.
Is the cookie itself soft? We're good.
Well, little chef, you better have one.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you. That's really good. See you next time.
So we have our still frozen salmon, and we have a little bit of, well, I should say a lot of it, of soy sauce. And I am also going to put on here my seasonal blend, which is basically just a lot of ends of my seasoning jars that I put in here and make, sorry for the one-handed here, make a little bit of a blend. We're gonna put a little bit of this on here, and we're keeping tonight super simple because, as you see, Zachary is working on another project. So this is gonna get put into the air fryer. Once this is about 10 minutes in, I'm gonna add some shrimp to it, and into our regular oven, I am putting some leftover pasta from last night that I'm jazzing up a little bit for a second. And it goes. So here's how I'm jazzing up the pasta that was left over from yesterday, just cold out of the fridge, into a warmed cast iron to go in the oven. I'm going to put on some of our tomato sauce that was in the fridge from that we opened the other day, and a little bit of mozzarella is going in there as well. And I'm going to do a light sprinkle of breadcrumbs on the top and bake it in the oven to warm. Okay, so I am adding on a little bit of shrimp with some Old Bay and a little bit of lemon juice on top of all of this. And then back in the air fryer it goes for a few more minutes. All right, folks, nothing fancy tonight. There is our jazzed up leftover pasta, finished under the, apparently my living room is going crazy right now, finished under the broiler, And we have a little bit more cut up red pepper strips that I like to have. And we have our salmon and shrimp. Looks good. We'll see you tomorrow. I can't forget the delicious cookies that Isabella made today. As you see, most of them have already disappeared, but this will be tonight's dessert. Hey guys, happy Thursday. So tonight I have multiple projects going on like most nights, and I'm doing a chicken preserving video separately from this. So keep an eye out for that. But we are going to have taquitos for dinner tonight. And sorry if you hear the dogs. These are pork taquitos. So this is something that I've made in the past. I essentially have like cheese, cream cheese seasonings, my panini, and then they are rolled in flour tortillas, and I lay them flat on a pan to freeze. And then once they are frozen, I vacuum sealed them. So I'm making two varieties. One's gonna have like cheese and barbecue and ranch drizzled on the top. And then one's gonna have like salsa, sour cream, and cheese on the top. So these will cook up really quick in the air fryer or in the oven. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna do yet. And I'm getting out of breath. And from there, it'll give me the ability to work on my other project because this only takes a few minutes of actual like work time to get ready. So we will be having these, and I am going to first, because I just got these out of the freezer, I am going to first open these and then lay them out on the tray so that way as they defrost, they don't start sticking together. So we'll get to it. All right, so I just wanted to show you how easy this is to work with because I took the time to freeze them before putting them in these bags. They were already, shaped essentially, and I just cut it open, so we're just letting some air in. Don't worry, I cleaned my counter before doing this. So literally just perfectly formed. I don't know if you saw that right. Perfectly formed, and then I'm just putting them on the trays. I just sprayed these with a little cooking spray so that they don't stick. That one might be a little too frozen to come apart yet. There we go. There we go. There we go. So that easily, they didn't like stick together, that the tortilla got messed up or anything like that. And we're going to do the same with this one. And I'm doing two separate trays so that way I can do the, give it a little break it up there. I'm doing two separate trays so that way I can do the two different saucy toppings. There we go. So there's that. So I'm going to let these defrost a little bit more before I put the sauce toppings on them, but so easy. Ignore the mess because, like I said, I have multiple projects going on right now, but everyone still needs to eat, right? So we are going to do some cheese. Normally I would do a cheddar on both of these, but I am just about out of cheddar. And while I said I could spend money on dairy every week, I haven't felt like going to the store this week. So we are using up everything we have. So we have a little bit of cheddar left here. And I'm going to put this on the one that I am putting the barbecue on. So put that. So here we have our barbecue. One of our favorite barbecues is always Sweet Baby Ray's. If anyone knows a knockoff recipe for this, like a canning recipe, please share it. So don't be shy with the barbecue. You want to slather it on there. And do I want to do this? I'm going to. We're using up those pantry contents. So we have some Salsa Verde Taco Bell. I always like this. I don't think they carry it in their restaurants anymore. I mean, not that that's like a really good place to eat, but yeah, they all have junk food now and then, right? We're gonna put that right on there. I'm also gonna do a drizzle of our hot sauce. So we have our Aji hot sauce that is going on. I'm happy we made so much of this year because it's so good and we're really going through it. Finishing off another one. So I'm going to put these back in the oven for a few minutes, probably 5 or 10 minutes. I have it at 350 just until the cheese gets all bubbly and melty, and then I'm going to bring them out, top this with some fresh salsa, sour cream, and these will get ranch on it. So we'll do that. I just have to show you all how good that looks. All right, so here it is. I decided that I'm going to do a little like pick your own adventure kind of thing with this. We are going to do just a drizzle. I can do this one-handed. Drizzle of, that's a really poor drizzle. Drizzle of the ranch there. You get the drift. And we are going to leave the sour cream on the side for this one. Let everyone do their own. But we are serving it with our cowboy candy, our fresh canned jalapeno salsa, our corn salsa, and some pickled onions. So I better step out of the way as the family stampedes in here to have this. So we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Well, this isn't the prettiest plate, but I can tell you it's going to be delicious. I opted to do mine with a little bit of sour cream, some of the salsas, the pickled onions on this one, so one of each, and it looks good. Everyone else is already chowing, so see you tomorrow. Happy Friday night, everyone. Today we have been without water since 5 o'clock this morning, and I want to make a dish that makes next to no dishes. So I'm going to try and do this in basically one pot. I have a little bit of water here to boil the mushroom truffle raviolis. I have some kibasi pulled out of the freezer that I want to process this weekend, so I'm going to steal a little bit of that for tonight's dinner. So we're going to basically have a take on a Pennsylvania dish, which would be like a pierogi and kibasi dish, but instead I'm going to do a mushroom truffle ravioli with the kibasi and some type of a buttery, I have very little cream here, a buttery onion sauce. So let's see what we can do. I have a tiny little bit of mozzarella left in there. It's time to pull some more out of the freezer, but let's see what we can make with this. All right, so we are going to dice this up. Think of like a pancetta kind of dice. I know this is not pancetta, but that's the kind of effect that we're going for. I have that little bit of water starting to boil for the ravioli. And I'm only using just this much water, so that way, well, one, I don't waste a lot of water, and two, I'm going to finish the ravioli off in the pan with all of this. I have a little smidge of bacon grease in the pan right now warming up to make this in. And I am going to, well, can't forget this, going to dice up some onion to go in here as well. I hope everyone had a good week. Our week seemed to fly by. If there is anything that the Pantry challenge has showed me is how fast time goes, because I can't believe that we are nearing a full month into 2023. I mean, how did that happen? And tomorrow, Zachary and I are going on a special little adventure. We are taking a drive to Lancaster to Roar Seeds. And we have some exciting news that we will be able to share with you about that shortly. But we are thrilled to be going there to their store, their seed store, and I understand that they sell a lot more than just seeds. So I'm thrilled to go explore. So I have a sprouting onion here. Still looks to be good. We're sprouting right inside. Just gonna separate that, save that for later. I'm only cooking for a few of us tonight because some of us are away for the evening. And there's always leftovers in our fridge too that are an option. Okay, so I hear that water is starting to boil. So I'm going to get the ravioli in. And it goes. Well, I'm really cutting it close with the water here. Okay, not bad. That'll do the trick. So we're going to let that boil for a little bit. And then we need to get our kibasi. We need to get our kibasi and our onions in here. Get ready for some sizzle here. I must say the knife that I just used is a knife that Zachary sharpened. If you watched our video of the Pesto electric knife sharpener review, he sharpened quite a few of our knives. That was one of them, and it is cutting so much better than it did before. Put that lid on. I must say I've used this hamburger chopper almost every day since we purchased this from Liam's Luck Woodwork. I'm going to have to link him down below because this has really worked wonderfully and it has held up. We're not affiliated or anything, but I believe in supporting small businesses, and this is really a good one. All right, this has really browned down. So we are going to put a nice healthy amount of butter in here. We want that to really sizzle and brown up a little bit, the butter itself. Make sure we get all of those good flavor off of here. Now, if you've never had brown butter, I cannot recommend it enough. It's a nutty, toasty, warm. It brings your butter up to such another notch. And really what you're looking for is that like bubbling. That's when you know it's starting to brown. You don't want to burn it. You just want to get it a little browned. And then I'm going to throw in here some Butcher's all-purpose Kinder seasoning. I am going to turn my heat off at this point because we're already getting a little dark here. I'm going to take a little scoop of my pasta water not much there to slow this down. There we go. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of Dijon in here. I think that's a good flavor that would go with this. Again, I am not trained as a chef in any way. I am simply a mom who has cooked a ton over the years. And these are my ideas of things that I think would go together. My little tiny bit of cream that I have left. You know, I always notice in my videos how filthy my stove looks. But no matter what I do, it is a flat top stove that shows every speck of oil that splatters. I clean it multiple times. It's just how they look. We're going to transfer now our ravioli. And I'm thinking that the flavor profile is going to be a good one because this smells good. A little brown butter to kick off the mushrooms, a little of that mustard to kick off the sausage and bring it all together with that little bit of cream. And then I have a few, as I think I mentioned in a previous video, I have an onion, well, a few onions that just kind of sprouted that I noticed. And so I've been harvesting the greens off of the top for my little fresh bunching onion kind of scallion deal. I don't know if I should be thrilled to be sharing that with you or terrified that I'm sharing such a thing. But it is what it is. I'm also gonna put a little bit of the mozzarella, empty that bag. Ooh, and I do have, see, this dish is evolving as we speak. I have a little bit, well, I have pretty much yet, but I have some Parmesan, freshly grated Parmesan in the fridge. So I'm also going to put that on here. Shaky there. I'm going to let this sit here for about 10 or so minutes, and then we will be good to enjoy. I actually just forgot I have the onion chop to sprinkle on. Give it some color and a little bit more oniony flavor. So that's it, guys. And I wanted to share with you all, I didn't go to the grocery store at all this week. So we've spent less than $30 for this entire Three Rivers challenge up to this point. I'm pretty amazed. Have a great night, everyone. Hey guys, it is Saturday night, last night of the 4th week of this video for everyone. Zachary and I were out for most of the day today. We were on the road we'll have exciting news to share with you, but we're home now and I need to get dinner done and it's almost 8 o'clock. So it's super late. I am only making for a few tonight. There's still some in our house that are away for the weekend. So I am kind of making, I can't even believe I'm going to share this with all of you. This is like a struggle meal as it gets for me with kind of meals. As I've shared with you all before, I was a very young mom. I had my oldest at 19. It's hard to believe she's getting close to that age. I had my oldest at 19 and I was a student. I was working. I was a single mom. And there were some meals that I made back then that weren't the greatest, and I was just learning to cook. And so some things I make now are kind of a throwback to then and kind of nostalgic and a little bit of a comfort. And you're probably going to cringe, but suddenly pasta salad, I don't know. This was one of those things that was like a treat. It was something different and, like a treat to buy something that was pre-made. So with this, I'm jazzing it up though, because I am looking to use some things that we have in our pantry or in our leftovers in the fridge that I want to use up. So I have a little bit of bacon here. I'm going to crisp this up. I have the artichokes and olives and stuff from the other night. I'm going to chop this up a little bit with some fresh onion. I have a little bit of the corn salsa. Not entirely positive if I'm going to put this in or not, but this is a dish that once it's made, it can be served right away. The pasta warm with all of the stuff mixed in with it, cool. Or you can wait and you can chill it. The way we used to always have it, again, I can't believe I'm sharing this with you all. Don't judge me. Was this just like this, warm? I would always put just a little bit of Parmesan cheese in the mix and a little bit of milk or cream, whatever I had on hand, if I had any on hand, to make it a little bit saucier. And that was kind of it. Like whatever I had in the fridge that I could mix into it to make it a little bit more of a meal. But to this day, my oldest will ask me to make this every once in a while. So all of the moms that are like struggling, or dads or families, it's not about, serving our kids. I mean, obviously we want to serve them the best we can, but it's about the love that you put into your dishes, because I mean, that's not the best thing to eat, obviously, but the love that I put into those meals all back then, my daughter recognizes still. So that's heartwarming. So, but again, can't believe I'm sharing all of this with you. So let's get this done and get dinner on the table. All right, so we gotta get the water on to boil. I already have this heating up. So I am literally just gonna take some kitchen shears. I wash these every time I use them. The dogs heard that and they came running. I'm literally just gonna do some rough snips. Doggies, this is not for you. I know you smell the bacon. So let's see how long this takes me. So it's 7:53 right now as I am throwing this in here. I might try and keep you with me real time, but I gotta wash my hands after that. Just gonna stir this around a bit. Always salt your pasta water. I once heard someone say that it needs to be like the ocean. I don't know if I would go that far. So we're just gonna let that crisp up a little bit. We don't want it to be too much. I'm actually gonna turn it down. Okay. So there's some of this like ranch that Angelina tried to make the other day to have with something she was making. I'm gonna use this up. All it is a little bit of mayo, or I should say a lot of bit of mayo with a little bit of ranch seasoning in it, barely any. I'm also gonna put some fresh mayo in here. This is my last container of mayo out of my pantry that I could see today. Actually, I need a little bit more than that. Just a little bit. Now in here, you get some pasta and you get a seasoning packet. So we're going to take the seasoning packet and use those kitchen shears again before I throw them in the sink. Put that in there. And this one. So I'm curious at this point if anyone that is following along is doing the pantry challenge themselves. I would love to hear what you're all making, or again, if you have like an ingredient that you're struggling to figure out how to use. I don't want to say I'm the queen, but I am known for taking nothing and making something out of it. So give me some challenges in the comments when you all watch this and let me know what it is that you need help with, or just fire some challenges at me. Now, typically I would have put a little bit of extra like ranch seasoning in here, but because Angelina already had that little ranch made up, I am not going to do that. Don't want to overpower it. I'm going to come in with some pepper though. This battery is really low. I may have to just get my pre-ground pepper. Now, I have always felt like pre-ground pepper doesn't have quite the pop that fresh ground does, but in a pinch, that'll work. We're also going to throw in here a little bit of this Parmesan that has lasted us, and some chives. I'm also curious, you guys, if anyone has, ooh, the bacon's really going. If anyone has a meal from their own childhood that you might think is delicious, but if you told someone else, they might go, ooh, I think we all have something like that. My water is not boiling yet. And I'm back. So I have a little handheld food processor here that I am going to put the onion in. Just going to stir the bacon. Throw that in here. Let me plug this in real quick. Now, when I started the pantry challenge, I said that I was only going to do the month of January, but I'm kind of feeling like pushing this into February and seeing how that goes. My family's pretty supportive of the idea, and if they weren't, I wouldn't be doing it. Family is number one to me, so let's put this here. Now, we don't want to completely pulverize this. We just want to give it a rough chop. I think that will be about good. Oh, and our water is boiling. So let me throw these in. But ultimately, would everyone be interested in seeing another month of pantry meals and what I can come up with for things in our pantry? Would you be interested in following along? My kids are either going to like this or they're going to completely reject it because it's not what they're used to. So can't win them all. I think I'm going to let the corn sit out on this one. All right. So update is that I wasn't thinking about keeping you in real time, that the pasta has to boil for 12 minutes. So we did basically 10 minutes of active work time. Now I need to let the pasta boil for about 12 minutes, and then we'll have our dinner. I will make sure to show you that. But I just wanted to share with you some thoughts I have on our pantry challenge up to this point. I am pretty confident in the fact of what we have on our shelves, what we have in our freezers, that we have a pretty well stocked pantry. I have identified some weaker points, which I will be sure to do a full video on all of my thoughts from the pantry challenge when this is all said and done. For this week, we didn't go to the grocery store at all for anything to eat. Of course, we have animals, so we get our regular feed and dog food for the animals. That's a whole other thing. I wasn't putting them on a pantry challenge. But I think that at this point we have built things up. Now, I don't ever want anyone to watch my pantry challenge videos or any of my videos and ever feel less than or that we're bragging. We have worked extremely hard to get to the point that we are at. I have lived a life where, I'm sharing with you, my most intimate kind of struggle meals. I've lived a life where we went week to week of buying groceries or not having much in our house. And I don't want anyone to ever feel bad. I hope, if anything, my videos give you an inspiration of things that you can put together and things that you can try and, goals to get to. We still have so many goals that we want to reach. But if ever anything, I just want to share the love that I put into my meals and to give you inspiration. I can't promise you that I will always give you recipes. Sometimes I don't have recipes for the things that I'm making and I'm just being inspired in the kitchen. And the more that you cook, the more that you have the ability to do that. You have an idea of what tastes good together and what your family likes, and it gives you a lot more flexibility to have less but create more. And I encourage everyone to get into your kitchen and try and scrape together something from, the odds and ends that may have otherwise wasted. And I do plan on sharing all of my tips at some point. There are so many things that I want to share with everyone. And there are so many things that I do on a daily basis that I just don't think about. And I've been trying to be more intentional and trying to document these all to share with you. And I want to learn from everyone too. So if you have some tips, always share them, put them in the comments. But to say all of that, we've made it through week 4, and the month still isn't over. So we still have a little bit of time to go. But I do really want to know if everyone wants to see us do a month 2, and if you want me to bring you all along on that documented ride. So I have a few minutes left of my pasta and I will bring you back for the final product. So here we are. Pasta has already been drained. And then let me toss in the bacon. Ooh, that's hot. Now I know I didn't share this with all of you, but last weekend I burnt myself pretty badly on both of my hands with hot bacon grease. I had just drained the bacon and I had it in the container and I was moving the container so that none of the dogs would, or the kids would knock it off of where it was, and I fumbled and I spilled it all over my hands. But they're pretty good. They're still a little red. So we're just incorporating this. But all of that to say, be careful with hot bacon. Be careful with hot anything. Could have been a lot worse. Well, this might be good. We'll see. I'm going to get a taste test out here. So we're going to put this in the video and let everyone see how annoying you are. You think he's so sweet and quiet? So I have Zachary out here to do a taste test of my creation, and he has no idea what it made, so let's see what he thinks.
Pretty good.
Very good.
Yeah. When you put black olives in it.
Kalamata olives. They were all the olives, the artichoke hearts, the red pepper strips, anything that was left from the salad bar that we had this week that was still in the fridge, I threw in here. Pretty good?
Yeah.
So there you have it. That's my struggle meal pantry challenge. Overshare maybe, but thanks again for watching. As always, we appreciate all of the support that you give us. And like I said, let me know in the comments. Is there anything that you're struggling with in your pantry that you're trying to figure out how to use? Is there an ingredient that you need to have some inspiration with? I guess he liked it because he's going for more. And do you want to see us do another month of this? Let us know. Let me know your comments. Have you enjoyed these videos? Have you found them inspirational? Have you gotten anything from it? Any of your feedback, we're here to hear it. And again, we thank you. I hope you have a wonderful week. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.